The origin of the Ender Dragon has always been a myth. No one really knows why the Ender Dragon is the guardian of the End Dimension, and why there are giant obsidian towers with End crystals healing this dragon. Is the Ender Dragon the only dragon to exist in Minecraft, or were there more dragons that existed years ago? Luckily, I found the people that would give me the right answers. I was told that these people were hard to find, but that these people had the only history left of the dragons. They call themselves the Dragon Tamers. They claim to be the descendants of the first person to ever find the Ender Dragon. If there was any chance I could learn the real story behind the dragons, this would be my chance. I walked up to one of the villagers. "Excuse me, do you think you could tell me the story of the dragons?"
So you want to know the story of the dragons? Well, you've come to the right place. If you follow me inside, I'll tell you the real story behind the Ender Dragon.
The Dragon Tamer led me inside to the house where all the stories of the dragons were kept. The Dragon Tamer told me that the story of the Ender Dragon is not one that is known to many, but this is the truth.
Alright kid, you wanted to know the story, but just prepare yourself. It's not exactly what you think it is.
The Dragon Tamer was about to tell me about the story of the dragons, but first, he wanted to thank Dragon City for sponsoring this video. Dragon City is a free-to-play mobile app where you can collect thousands of dragons in hopes of becoming the best Dragon Tamer in the world. You can level up, feed, and evolve each and every one of your dragons to get some insanely cool-looking dragons. And the best part is, there are literally over 1,000 dragons you can breed and collect. Only the best dragon tamers in the world can collect every single dragon and create the largest dragon empire. As you level up, you're gonna need to use golden gems to create more and more habitats to collect every single dragon you get. And you're gonna want to train your dragons because one day you might end up fighting YouTuber dragons like the Dream Dragon. Now obviously, since I'm telling the story, I won this battle, but you'll probably need to train more. But the good news is Dragon City now has a battle pass where you can get new rewards every day and exclusive dragons that are only available to the battle pass. If you download Dragon City right now through the link in my description, you'll get free gold, food, and this entire scout dragon, all for free. Now, back to the story. The story starts out with a young traveler who stumbles upon something that will change the world forever. He stumbled upon the Stronghold, the home to the End Portal. This was a time when no one knew about the End Dimension, until now. The traveler found the End Portal and decided to be the first person to explore this new dimension, except he wasn't ready for what he was about to find. The traveler found himself on a giant floating island with nothing but Endermen and the Void. There was absolutely nothing here, no trees, no water, nothing. That was until the traveler made the biggest discovery of all. The traveler laid eyes on a ginormous beast being swarmed and attacked by Endermen. The traveler's instinct was to help save this dragon from the Enderman. With the traveler's help, he was able to take out every Enderman in sight and save the dragon. After it was all over, the traveler stood face to face with the giant monster of the End Dimension. Except this dragon wasn't the Ender Dragon we know today. The traveler worshipped the Ender Dragon, and the dragon was grateful for the traveler's help. But the dragon had a mission for the traveler. The Ender Dragon explained how she was the last dragon in existence, and that soon she would die off because she was so old, and she couldn't hatch her eggs here because of the Enderman. The Ender Dragon wanted the dragons to live on, so the traveler agreed to help. He grabbed all the dragon eggs and brought them back to the overworld. The traveler was about to save the dragons from extinction, but he wasn't worried about what might happen. When the dragon hatched, something unexplainable happened, and the dragon just didn't survive. The traveler thought he failed, and he wasn't sure what went wrong. He thought the dragon might not be able to survive in this dimension, so he tried something else. The traveler journeyed to the Nether where he thought he could hatch the egg there. But once again, the traveler had no luck, and for some unexplainable reason, the dragon did not survive in the Nether dimension. The traveler felt like he failed the Ender Dragon, but for whatever reason, the dragons couldn't survive in the overworld or the Nether. The traveler went back to the End to tell the dragon the bad news. He explained how he tried hatching the eggs everywhere, but for some reason they just wouldn't survive. But the traveler wasn't about to give up just yet. He needed to save the Ender Dragon. He thought of a plan, so he started building giant obsidian towers. He knew that if this plan was gonna work, he needed a place where the Endermen couldn't get to. He made the towers so tall that they'd be out of reach of the Enderman. The traveler continued on with his plan and made something that he thought would heal the Ender Dragon. He used the powers of the Eyes of Ender and made a crystal. On top of one of the obsidian towers, he placed down the crystal, and the dragon began to be healed. Once every crystal was placed on each obsidian tower, the dragon was saved. While the traveler couldn't hatch any new Ender Dragons, the traveler saved the last remaining dragon. But the traveler wasn't ready for what was about to happen. You see, the Ender Dragon never had a hatred for players. It wasn't until one man made the Ender Dragon lose all trust for players. A young warrior known as Steve showed up in the end to try to slay the Ender Dragon. He heard stories about a magical beast of the End Dimension and wanted to be the first one to take it out. But the Ender Dragon couldn't believe that players were attacking her, so she attacked back. But even though Steve was taken out, the Ender Dragon forever lost trust in the players. The Ender Dragon was never the enemy, but the players made her the enemy. The Traveler heard about what happened and went back to the End Dimension to see what was going on. But it was too late. The Ender Dragon felt betrayed by the Traveler and thought she was set up. The Ender Dragon took out the Traveler. From then on, the dragon was known as the evil dragon of the End Dimension, and everyone sought to hunt it down. And that was the story about how the Ender Dragon became the villain of Minecraft. A huge thanks to Dragon City for sponsoring this video. They allow me to do this full time for you guys, so if you want to play the game, use the link in my description to download it now.